Hello, Antichrist Magazine. We are Call of the Void from Guadalajara, Mexico. Okay, so the Call of the Void is this feeling you can sometimes get, these intrusive thoughts that you have when you're from on a high place on the top of a building, maybe, and you get this sudden urge to jump to the void. That pretty much that's where the name comes from. It's this phenomenon that sometimes people get these intrusive thoughts. Yeah.
Grief and Dying is our first album that we try to dive into the stages of grief and represent each one of those stages with the songs.
Okay, so as Renee previously mentioned, the main focus of the album are the stages of grief. Each song individually, it just represents each stage. It doesn't specifically talk about it, but it deals with different ways of losing and grieving, pretty much.
The album cover art was made by Mexican artist Alejandro Burduin. He's a really talented artist, and we worked with him bringing to the table the songs that we had previously recorded, so he could imagine something alluring to that. He came out with this mysterious figure among a wasteland where two branches are coming out of his body, one from his heart, one from his mind, and in the back of the cover art you can see the stump of a tree that is now withered, so it represents loss and grieving, like the album says, and how is something it once was there flourishing, but now it's just cut short, for a way of talking.
Okay, so we all have our own 9-to-5 jobs. We have to do it. I mean, it's the only way. Music doesn't give us any money so far, but that's our way to with our daily jobs, we can keep using that money for the band and touring, recording, and everything.
So I think my first approach to metal music came by the hand of VH1, probably. Some of the first bands that I know of was Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, that sort of stuff. I really liked rock and classic rock back in the day. I still do, but sometime in middle school, I think, I became interested in metal music, more extreme metal music, with the type of bands like Dark Lunacy, Cradle of Filth, and later Mayhem, Darkthrone, and that type of stuff.
Well, personally, I also started maybe listening to Iron Maiden, Metallica, Megadeth, Judas Priest, probably when I was around 10, 11 years old. When I grew a bit older, around 13, 14, 15, I started being interested in extreme metal, stuff like Carcass, Opeth, stuff with growls, and I just went from there.
For me, it was later. I was 15 years old, and I started with the same bands. Also, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and that.
I listen to rock and metal music since I was born because of my family.
So, since we're playing doom metal, it's not exactly a very popular genre here in Mexico. So we have a bit of a small fan base, you could say. And how have we overcome this issue?
We haven't.
But we are trying.
So we personally like this Mexican pop singer called Cristian Castro. We know he's really into metal, and he has a pretty cool voice. So we would like to maybe collaborate with him. That would be awesome.
He's also doing some metal right
yeah,
now,
he's done some metal. I'm not a huge fan of his metal songs.
Shout out to La Esfinge.
Yeah. But yeah, his pop stuff is pretty good, so it would be cool to have a collaboration.
It would be great.
I would really love to collaborate with some band or artist that makes shoegaze music, post-rock, only in Mexico.
So, as we all know, it's the oldest subgenre of metal. It started with Black Sabbath back in the 70s, so I mean, it's definitely changed a lot over the years.
Yeah, it's really funny how nowadays when you talk about doom metal, many people inside the metal community, maybe not specifically in doom metal, but in general, they tend to think like, oh yeah, stoner, and it's a big part of the genre. But there's also a ton of other flavors that
More melancholic.
yeah,
music.
not exactly as that fuzz cult that it's around that specific genre, but our type of doom and the type of doom that we like is the one that grew up in the late 90s or 90s in general,
90s
Swedish
in general,
Swedish
yeah.
scene and that
Also
kind of
from
sound.
the UK, Paradise Lost.
Yeah, of
Nothing Right.
course.
Yeah.
Earache bands or well, Peaceville bands and that
Yeah.
kind of sound. Los Sanguinarios del M1 by El Commander.
I don't feel guilty about this one, but it's very different to what I usually listen to. Cold Heart by Dua Lipa and Elton John. Great song.
La maldición de extrañarte.
El taquicardio de El Commander.
12 a.m. studio session.
Mosh Pit.
I'm too old for any of them.
Love Mosh Pit, but I'm old.
Mosh Pit.
Crowd surfing.
Vinyl, definitely.
Vinyl.
CD.
Vinyl, I think, is becoming more popular too.
Guitar shredding.
Both.
Yeah, shredding.
Drum blast beats.
We have great plans for the future. We're planning to tour this album, both here in Mexico and abroad. We're also will start to composing the new material for the
next
future,
album. Yeah.
for the next album, and we're planning to get lots of merch.